an example of how, because early on, when I was your age, I was asking God, Lord, show me, I wanted him to be real. I didn't want to just have this church relationship, go to church on Sunday, or like some of you may have heard me say before, you sow your wild oats 6 days a week, and then you come to church on Sunday and pray for a crop failure, right? I mean, we've all done, come on, we've all done that, right? Be honest. And notice, by the way, this one, the difference in these cups as the time goes along between steeping and dabbling. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Yes, I understand pain. You know what? For some reason, I don't know why. I mean, it's like being kicked in the face by a horse, but, for some reason, that's just how God does it. I mean, sometimes it's just the goodness of God. Some of the things that he does is just so good. But is God any less good when something bad happens? And when hard things happen, and the guy that says, oh, thank God my children were spared from that wreck. Well, can they say that also if the child gets killed in the wreck? Well, that's where, see what I'm saying? That's where it comes down to, where am I really at with this God? Okay, because is he still good if the bottom drops out and I don't think it's so good? Here's an example. Just one time, I was praying and I was asking the Lord, show me how to rely on you, Lord, and how do I listen to you? And I don't know. I mean, I want to know that you're real. And so I was driving down the highway. I was going up. I was a youth leader up at this little church way up in the mountains over on the other side of Grand Mesa. When I passed him up, normally I would feel guilty. I'd be like, oh, I should have stopped. And you guys live in a different generation. 20 years ago, you could pick up a hitchhiker and you didn't have to worry about it. And really here, we don't have too much problem either, all right? But there are places in this country that you can't do that anymore, all right? But I went by this guy and I said, I wonder if I should, and I just knew, don't pick him up. Don't. I don't know why. I just knew I wasn't supposed to. I'm driving up through the Tibet Canyon, and there's another one, okay? And it was just, honest to God, it was just like somebody had grabbed me by the nape of the neck and said, stop this car. I mean, I knew I was supposed to pick this kid up. So I swung around, and when he got in, he went like this. I said, you all right, partner? And he goes, yeah, just give me a few minutes here. So we're driving down the road, and I'm just kind of making small talk. And there's this great big boulder hanging out over the highway. And it looks like it's hung on by a rock that big, right? And I said, I thought I just really want to witness to this guy. And I said, boy, you know what? I've always thought if that rock were to come down on top of somebody, you sure better be right with your maker, eh? And he goes, it's funny that you should say that. And I said, well, why is that? And he goes, the reason I was wiping tears out of my eyes when I got in this car was because, he says, I was on my way to kill myself. He said, he told me some things he was going through, and he says, I was walking down that highway, and he said, I was going to kill myself. And he said, I mockingly looked up into heaven and said, God, if you're really there and you are really real, then you just let the next car that comes by pick me up. Here we are. We have the person that once in a while we go to Sunday school, or Sunday school. I mean, we go to like a Bible class on Sunday, or we go to church on Sunday, and every once in a while we drop in on something else that's kind of religious, and we kind of got it. We're doing our duty thing, okay? Or we read our little birdseed Bible reading, and we dabble, all right? And then you have the steeper, and the steeper is the one who tries to live in the presence of God. And I don't mean walking around going Haleram, Kugaram, like you know the little hood over the head, I don't mean like that. What I mean though is you're just trying to live in the presence of God throughout the day. And what happens is you steep in God's word, and you find it as you read and you apply. This tea is going to have a lot more flavor, right, than this one. And this one is going to be a lot more caffeine. There's going to be a lot more energy in this one, all right? It's going to be a little more alertness. So what I'm saying is people pick up on the flavor. They pick up on your strength. They pick up on the color. They pick up on how much better this is. This person's not going to be able to help a whole lot of people, let alone themselves. This person doesn't have a lot of strength. When troubles come and they hit, this person is crying out, and they're going for the phone, not the throne.